In this video, I want to help you to understand the difference between empathy and connecting with your client and going down rabbit holes. This is an important distinction that will help you improve your coaching. In conversations that we have with our clients, coaching conversations, we regularly hear them talk about little aspects of their lives that make us think, I can relate to that. I have something to say about that. That's happened to me. Is that empathy? Is that connecting with your client to build trust and safety? Is it deepening the relationship with your client? It can be, but here's where we want to be careful. We don't want to turn the conversation in our direction. For example, let's say that my coaching client has a child that is about to go off to college. And so do I. When they mention something like that, for example, gee, I haven't been able to focus as much on the project that I would really like to get done before the deadline because I've been so tied up dealing with my child who's about to go off to college. And then I say, I completely get it. I have a child that's going off to college too. And they say, oh, really? I say, yes. And boy, has it been time consuming. We've been doing this and we've been doing this and having to stay on top of this. And then before you know it, you're in a side conversation that goes on for 3-4 minutes. And then you both realize, okay, we're veering away from what we should be focusing on, which is actually a professional matter, getting the project done on time or even early, which is what your client aspired to. Does my client now feel a deeper connection with me because of that side conversation? Perhaps, and probably so. But did it really benefit the client? And does it really strengthen the value of the coaching that they've invested in? This is the judgment call that we have to make whenever we hear something that triggers us to think, I can relate to that. I can connect with them around that. Should we? Or could we do it another way? For example, your client says, boy, I've had a hard time getting that project done early as I aspired to do. I've been so wrapped up in tasks related to getting my child off to college. I could say, I have been in the same boat and have been dealing with that myself. What do you think are ways that you can help your child stay on top of everything that's required to go off to college and get that project done early? I relate, I connect, but I don't bring attention to myself, and I bring them right back to what it is that we're trying to achieve. This is the judgment call that you'll make over and over in a coaching conversation because your client is regularly going to bring up little items in their personal life or in their professional life but are unrelated to the subject that you're working on. The reason that this is so important is because there are coaches among us who are relators, connectors, empathetic people who can easily get distracted by conversational tidbits that come up, that hook us, and we want to talk about them. But we have to remember we're acting in the role of a coach, not a friend, not an acquaintance. And we're having a coaching conversation, not a friendly conversation. Know the difference and know how little friendly conversation makes its way into coaching conversations. In case you are prone to falling for those little items that come up, if you are able to keep your coaching hat on and stay focused on the coaching, you'll find that your client makes more progress in each session and throughout. You are more than welcome to meet with your client outside of coaching conversations to deepen the personal connections and have those conversations that you are somewhat aching to have because you really can relate and you really could deepen that relationship. And that might help you to get referrals from that client, ultimately get a testimonial from that client because they feel personally connected to you. So it might be worth the investment to have these conversations outside of your coaching conversations. I hope this helps you to think about staying focused on coaching when you're coaching and being very careful about following those opportunities for side conversations to be blended into the coaching conversation. If you have questions about this, post them in the comments below or email me at michael@BAERexecutivecoach.com. If you'd like to learn more from me, subscribe to the channel. I release new videos every week, and I occasionally have interviews with veteran coaches whom you'll learn from too. And consider coming to an in-person seminar that I present here in Northern California, 3.5 days of executive coach training and certification presented on behalf of the Center for Executive Coaching, where I'm a faculty member. Or consider joining the distance learning program and learning from me every single week, most weeks of the year, where I present 3 one-hour training sessions to help you get your executive coach certification and to get you started in your executive coaching career. Learn more by visiting the centerforexecutivecoaching.com or email me at michael@BAERexecutivecoach.com. And I'd be happy to meet with you to share with you how our programs work. Thank you very much.